So I just used a basic diamond blade to cut this piece off from here. So this is going to be trash. So what I'm going to be using are these wall anchors right here, which are each rated up to 40 pounds. So there's 4 total. So that's more than enough. It's almost 200 pounds. And then I'm going to be using the smallest 3/16 Diamond Plus. It's a drill bit that does a really good job in going through porcelain with relative ease. So the first thing you're going to want to do is measure the distance from here to here, and you're going to want to cut that bottom plate with some sort of diamond blade or a metal cutting grinder. You're going to measure exactly the distance between here and here, and then you're going to make your cut. You're going to make your cut on either the left or the right side, depending on where your door is. So whatever side your door is going to be located on, that's where you're going to make the cut. This is a left-hand door installation, so they cut it on this side. I'm doing a right-hand door installation, so I'm going to cut it on this side. So the next thing you guys are going to want to do, lay something in your tub so that you don't scratch anything, and then you're going to measure out this panel, which should be perfectly snug. There shouldn't be any play on either side. And then there's 1, 2, 3 holes there, which we're going to use instead of what came in the kit, which was kind of flimsy thin screws that are way too long. I'm going to use these self-tapping screws, which are also rust proof. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your choice of waterproof silicone. You can do this one here, you can even use this one. It's a gray color, which doesn't matter since it's going on the bottom side of this panel. This isn't what I'm using on the outer edges here, and on the inner edges I'm going to use this 3.0. It's like a silicone that I've used on any surface where it's white and it doesn't yellow over time. Okay guys, so this panel is installed. Here's 1, 2, 3, and 4. What I also did, which you don't have to do, but I just wanted to use a little bit of liquid nails on the back side of that panel. You don't have to. They even recommend to use silicone. but I feel like this will hold a lot better since this is the only panel that will be holding it in place. And then let me show you. So these work good. The only thing that you have to do is wet them in water every 3 to 4 seconds. So you drill, wet it in water, clean it up, drill again. Don't push it too hard, because what I did with this one, the first one that I started with, I didn't use any water, and I just kept pushing really hard, and then this whole diamond tip just eventually disintegrates into nothing. So these work really great. Everything was extremely tight. Okay guys, so when you install this bar, it has to be perfectly level with this. In this case, it was relatively easy. Wasn't a lot of shimming because this bathtub is perfectly level when we set it on the floor, and you're going to need a lot of paint thinner to clean up around the edges on both sides when the silicone will be coming out a little bit, because as you're tightening this screw, you put down force and there's going to be a lot of silicone that comes out. So the next part that you do is you take this panel that goes right here, you line that thing up. Again, you put this panel on the side where the door is not going to be. So on this side, it's just going to be a solid sheet of glass that will be attached like this. And this you're also going to have perfectly level. So just take your time on this part. You're going to put silicone on this one as well, on the back part, as well as the screws that I'll show you in a minute. I'm not going to use the ones in the kit. I actually bought some nicer wall anchors that are rated for a little bit heavier weight. Okay guys, so to install these bumpers, very simple. This rubber piece will just come out. What you'll do is drill a hole for the metal body itself. Put this wall anchor in there, just as you did all these, and bolt that down there. I also added a little bit of liquid nails on each side because that 3M tape didn't look too strong. And then I did the same thing on this side. So bolt it in, and then 3M, liquid nails on each side there. And then this is going to be the bottom bumper. And then what we have, these you're going to want to put in before actually bringing the door inside here. You're going to slide this on, loosen these, slide it on, tighten these up, not all the way, but tighten them hand tight. And then you're going to do the same thing on this guy here. Then bring in the actual glass door inside, set it on the rails, and then what you're going to do is this piece, you're going to first put this piece in through that little slot. So take this all apart. There's 2 Allen keys here. Take those Allen bolts out. These will come apart. Put this one on first in that little slot and just leave it like hanging there. Then put this door in, and then what you're going to do is slide this together, press it really hard, and then tighten these 2 Allen bolts here on top. You don't need to see them. Make sure everything's level. I'm by myself here, so it was a little bit difficult to hold all of this and tighten everything at the same time, but it's possible, it's doable. Then once this is tight, what you're going to do is you're going to close this door. Focus here. You're going to close this door like that, and then make sure everything is perfectly level with the door. Before you put that seal on there, you want to make sure it's as flush to the wall as you can get it. And how you're going to accomplish that is you're going to loosen that middle Allen bolt, and then take this guy, twist it a little bit. You'll see the door start to like rise or lower, and then tighten that middle Allen bolt out. You're going to want to put I use a little paper towel spacer. So you're going to want to lift the glass door, put this paper towel in there, whatever spacer you have, and then work on that, tighten it, and then take the spacer out. So that's what you're left with. And then next is the handle part. Alright guys, so basically here's where we're at so far. This particular part is complete. So just to kind of explain to you what we did, we finished I rather finished the bottom part and the side part here. So that's all on liquid nails, as well as the upgraded wall anchors that I got. Over here, what happens here is this top piece will actually come out. There's two screws, one there and one there. This comes off. You line up this part on this glass. You test fit everything to put the glass in and everything. And then what you do is you mark here and mark your holes to where you're gonna drill. So you're gonna drill here and here, just like you did on the side part here. And then you attach that first plate, there, and then you attach the top plate, which is attached to this angle piece as well. And then I also put a little bit of liquid nails glue behind there just to make sure everything is secure, even though it's not at all required. And then you tighten up here these two bolts, and then basically this whole section is complete as of right now, and liquid nails all around there. Alright guys, so basically complete with this little project here. So what we have going on here is I put the seal on this side. This seal is a little bit different. It's the one with the circular part of it. So make sure that when you put that seal on, that it perfectly seats against the wall. So you want it to be 100% flush with the wall, otherwise you're going to have water leaks. So then after that's completed, it's very simple to finish off. All you got to do is finish that handle right there. That handle, it's very simple to do. So all you do is just one screw there, one screw there, and then let me step in here. What we have going on here to finish off, you put these covers on, very easy, those two covers, and then you got that little cover right there you got to put on. And then there's a seal right here, which is different. It's the one with the 90-degree seal in there. So that's on, and then basically you're complete. I mean, not too hard of a job, just a little bit difficult to do it on your own, but just be patient with it, and it should work out good. That little creaking right there, by the way, so I put silicone already along the bottom, so I'll have to clean it up a little bit with some WD-40 or paint thinner so that it doesn't squeal on me when I'm closing the door. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Actually really happy with the quality of all the fittings and all the hardware. So looks pretty good. I just gotta go ahead and finish off caulking everything with, I gotta go buy some more silicone, clear silicone. I want to do the perimeter again, and then after that's complete, we'll be good to go. Wanted to show you guys what I did with this ANZZI installation for the shower head with the faucet, and what I did a little bit differently. Basically, here's what we have, here's what we ended up with. Wanted it to be as high as possible, and in order to achieve that, what I did was instead of going internally into the wall, how you're supposed to have a pipe come out, and then this would connect to the pipe, I actually did an external setup, as well as I added this adapter that I had to buy separately from a local plumbing store. It's an adapter that essentially allowed me to raise and connect this top part with the actual assembly that switches the water from up and down. And then this tube, what we did here was I bought an extra male to male adapter and I made it an extra long tube, so now we can have a lot more usability for this handheld part. Yeah, basically this is what we ended up doing. Kind of a cleaner design, or a cleaner look, I would say, than what the instructions wanted me to do, which they wanted you to take one of these and basically run it on the external side of the wall from here all the way down, which I didn't like the way that looked. And then here is the bottom part. Very nice clean look. Just make sure to space it out correctly. And then the bottom part as well. It's actually overall pretty nice quality for all of this. For the money, I would say. Works great. And then this actually also tilts. So you can tilt it any way that you'd like. And yeah, so this is what it looks like from that angle. And I'll just run it here for you real quick so you can see